Good morning, beautiful people. Marie Alessi here. I have chosen one of my favorite topics to talk about this morning, and that is love. Last week, we talked about stepping out of the shadows and really stepping up for who you are meant to be in this world, really stepping into this.
Something happened that really threw me. Something that triggered me so deeply and took me back into events that happened literally from 22 years old, then in my 30s, and then again just recently. And that just recently was actually not such a deep one. However, I delved into something that was very deep and personal for me, and that highlighted something that resulted in a deep lack of self love. And that really surprised me. Me out of all people who always talks about love and the importance of love and how love is the eternal power source that we can tap into at any given moment. It is just there for us. We are surrounded by love. Love is everywhere. And I'm the one who always talks about it, who always teaches that stuff. And then all of a sudden, I was disconnected from it. And this is why I thought I really want to come live with you and talk about this, not only to highlight the importance of love again, and to highlight the importance for all of us to know and feel at all times that we are surrounded by love, that love is there like the eternal power force and power source. Force and source, I absolutely love it. Both is so true. And that we have a choice to make here. And I wanted this to come across to you as a very important reminder that we need to remind ourselves that love is everywhere and that we can tune in or get disconnected. And when we don't pay attention to love, how easy it is to get disconnected from it. And I honestly, if you would have asked me that last week when I talked about stepping out of the shadows and stepping up and stepping into the person who you are supposed to be, connecting to your purpose and stepping out into the world with all your heart, with all who you are, I would have never thought that it could happen that easily to me, to be disconnected from love. And I was. I literally fell so deeply over the weekend by something that was triggered within me. And there was no blame. There's no blame to the outside world whatsoever, because everything that happens in our lives, that happens to us, happens for us, happens as a reflection, as something that you need to see. So usually I'm extremely open, like my heart, my mind is always open to allowing things that happen in my life in as a reflection, in as a gift, as something that I'm allowed to gather, I'm allowed to learn from this. Yet I really struggled with that. And I talked to a very, very close friend of mine about it, Romana, and she was so supportive and she was there for me to hold space and talk to me. And everything nice she said, I could not allow in. I could feel how my heart was um, like a, what's the word? Like a moody teenager almost. Like, I was literally like sitting in a corner, bottom lip down, and literally I could not allow anything in. What I found beautiful in that scenario, though, was that we could both talk about it. And she said, "Do you want to sit with it? Do you want to talk later? Do you want to text me tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I wanted to talk later. And then later, when I finally had the chance to actually sit with it, I started journaling about it. And I have to journal next to me. I was just writing out everything that came up, the lack of self love, the lack of kindness towards myself, the way I thought about myself, the way I talked about myself is very, I wanted to say it's foreign to me. It's not. I used to do that in my younger years. So I really did not expect that to come back on such a deep level. I really did not expect for me to be so disconnected from this eternal power source, to allow myself to be so disconnected. And um, so, yeah, I knew, like, that one message that I got yesterday was kindness. Be kind to yourself. And it's so much easier said than done. It's always easy to say when you are connected to love, when you are so connected in your entire being that you just trust the universe, that you just trust that you're held, that you trust that you're looked after. But there was none of that left. There was no trust, there was no kindness, and I was certainly not connected to love. And I had the craziest dreams overnight. I literally had a dream where I was going on a holiday far, far away, and I knew that place. I had been there before, and I can't remember who I was traveling with. There was a friend, I think it was a girlfriend with me. And we opened the suitcase, and all her stuff was there, and my side of the suitcase was empty. I had nothing packed. I mean, come on, how symbolic is that? I'm going on a journey and I come unprepared. My suitcase is empty. I didn't bring anything, nothing. No toothbrush, no underwear, nothing. There was nothing in the suitcase for me. And then I went into our apartment and everything was there. Now, how symbolic is that? Everything was there. So here's my message again. The universe always has your back. You have everything you need already there for you, available to you. You often don't see it. You often think that you have to bring everything to the table, but often this is already provided for you. Everything's there for you. I found this dream so disturbing and symbolic at the same time. It was incredible. It really threw me. And I certainly did not feel that 2 days ago or yesterday. I certainly did not feel that this was all happening in my favor at all. But something deep within me knew and has got this trust, luckily, that I have gained over the years, that these things always happen for us, that there is always a lesson to learn. And I have to be honest with you, when this lesson came up, all I could feel was sheer exhaustion. I was like, not again. I am not ready for another deep freaking lesson right now. I'm exhausted. I just need to rest. I just want to, I just. And then I got this beautiful message from Romana after I gave her feedback from, my findings and what I have been journaling about and how I feel about it, and that my heart is a lot more open now and that I could see how much reflection there was. And I wanted to thank her for being there for me once again. And one thing that she said was that sometimes my soul feels a bit slower than the outside world is actually expecting it from me, something around those lines. But this is how I heard it. This is the message that I needed to hear, that it's okay when my soul needs more time to adjust to a lesson that I've been giving, needs more time to open up to a lesson that I'm handed. And this is where the kindness comes in. This is where I literally had to tell myself, Marie, you need to be kind to yourself. It's okay to be kind to yourself. It's okay to take things slow. My brain, my mind works a million miles an hour all the time. I'm always a fast thinker, an overthinker, solution focused. And here was my lesson right there, just for me, that I needed to allow myself time to just be. And this is a lesson I need to learn over and over again. I need time to just be. I don't always have to be someone. I don't always have to have all the answers. I don't always have to get it straight away, learn straight away, and instantly pass a message on. Yeah, this is what I'm doing here. I am passing a message on. I have to laugh about myself. It's just really beautiful. Thank you. I'm seeing all the hugs and love coming in, and I will get back to your messages. I just want to get, I just don't want to get sidetracked right now. So My biggest lesson in all of this was just be. Just be. Just be kind to yourself. Just come back to your heart. Allow this girl to sit there and have her bottom lip hanging. Just hold her. Sit with her. Self love, self kindness, reflection. You don't always have to have all the answers straight away. It's okay if your soul takes a little bit longer to understand, to learn, to get the message. And when there are things that trigger us, that are reflected to us, that open up old wounds that we thought we had healed, then that's okay too. And it's also okay if you don't feel ready for it. If you feel like this has brought you to your breaking point and you weren't ready to look at that over and over again, it's okay to feel that exhaustion and go like, oh my God, I've dealt with this so many times in my life. I don't want to be back there. And I also had a really beautiful talk to my godfather 2 days ago when I said, can I please share something with you? Because I know that I can reflect with him so well because he always knows what to say. And literally, with one question, he deflated an entire dialogue that I had with him and an entire being back in my 20s where I really didn't have that amount of self-love and compassion for myself. I was so back in that. And I said to him, I can hear myself talking. I can hear myself. What I'm saying is so not my current me. It's my old me. And all these things are coming back to me. And I feel like I'm this this hurt teenager that is looking for validation, that is looking for love, that is looking for external validation. And with one question, he deflated everything. What question that is, I hear you ask? Bara and Katie. So Bara and Katie has got these beautiful 4 questions. Is it true? Can you know with absolute certainty that it's true? How do you react when you believe this to be true? And who are you without that thought? But he literally just asked me, where do you do these things or don't do these things in your life? Where are you not giving yourself what you need? That was basically it. That was a reflection point. And I was like, of course. It was I needed to hear it. I kind of knew, but I needed to hear it. I needed to hear it. I needed somebody to say it to me and ask me, where are you not giving yourself what you're expecting from the outside world? So I really felt I wanted to share this as raw and, vulnerable that is for me. But these are always my favorite shares because I literally just open my heart and tell you what's been going on in my life. I usually tend to hide away with this, and this time I thought, you know what, I have the feeling that there are a lot of people out there right now who need to hear this, who need to be reminded that we are surrounded by love all the time. Love is an internal power source that is around us all the time. And sometimes we need the reminder that it is there, that it is up to us to plug in. And it is up to us when we feel disconnected to remind ourselves that it is okay to be kind to yourself, that you need to practice self-love, and that you also need a healthy portion of self-compassion. I am sending you so much love, and I'm getting back to all your comments right now. This is Marie signing off. Have a fantastic week ahead. Bye for now.